Hi guys, welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, whole lot of truth, no financial advice. This is a one-take session, no edits, no cuts, about Michael Jordan. Connecting the dots, part 24, guys. So fitting, Kobe Bryant's number. But I'm not even going to show Michael Jordan on the screen. I'm just going to show you guys how I feel you can connect the dots to private equity pretty much on everything. They run the world. And right now, are they cashing out? Let's see exactly what's going on. So let's dive into this, guys. For those of you guys that don't know, the headline here, this is by Adrian Wojciechowski. I believe that's how you say his name. I don't know, Wojciechowski. I don't know how to say his name. I don't watch ESPN too much. But Michael Jordan is selling majority stake of the Charlotte Hornets to Gabe Plotkin and Rick Schnau Group for approximately $3 billion. The valuation leak sources tell ESPN. Okay, so Gabe Plotkin's on the left. Rick Schnau, I think that's how you say his name, is on the right. Let's talk about Gabe Plotkin first. You guys know I did videos about him years ago. Maybe 2 years ago, I started making videos about Gabe Plotkin. And why? Because he is the chief investment officer, the founder of a hedge fund that he named after his grandfather called Melvin Capital. Now, Melvin Capital bet on GameStop. They also bet on a lot of things. Like this individual, just per se, Gabe Plotkin, he became a billionaire by betting on the short of JCPenney. So he's creating a program. He's creating this whole market for himself as far as shorting stocks. And he shorted GameStop, and you guys know what happened there. It went the complete opposite way, and he lost his ass. Reportedly, he lost over $6.8 billion. But you know, in the day that it was happening, the day that he went onto the Hill, the day he reported that he closed the short position on GameStop, he got a buyout. He got a help out. He got a handout. And that was by Steve Cohen from SAC Capital previously, where he used to work. Gabe Plotkin used to work there. And Ken Griffin, when he used to work at Citadel as well. Gabe Plotkin used to work there. So first, Gabe Plotkin started out at Citadel, worked for Ken Griffin, then went over to SAC Capital. SAC Capital came under investigation. You guys remember Steve Cohen? He actually paid the largest fine in SEC history, billions of dollars, and he couldn't practice for 3 years for trading whatever. Now it's 0.72, you name it. But this guy right here, Gabe Plotkin, didn't say a word. He didn't turn in anyone when it came to the insider trading part. Everyone else went to jail. Everyone got in trouble. Not him. He's the one guy that didn't talk. So his get out of jail free card was, I'm stuck. I need collateral. It's not that they needed cash to close positions, but they needed collateral on the books so that they didn't have to get margin called. That's all it was. He held the collateral for X amount of months. Almost 8 to 9 months he held it before they asked for it back. It was just borrowing money. He gave back the money, closed up shop, and he wrote a letter to all investors. And I made a video about it somewhere. I did that video like a year and a half ago where he said, sorry, investors, I got this wrong, but I'm a man of integrity. I've learned from my mistakes. I'm out. So he's still a billionaire. Him personally, he just lost everybody else's money, his investors' money. Now, who is one of his investors? Well, if you know who it was Michael Jordan. Reportedly, Michael Jordan lost almost $500 million. That's liquid. That's cash. So yes, Jordan needs money, and he wants to go ahead and get all the money he can right now before what? This market crashes? While he's getting the heads up. Guess what's about to happen? Well, let's see what's about to happen, Gabe. Gabe comes out here and says, yeah, I'll buy the majority stake of your team from you, Michael. Michael already gave him his money. Michael already gave him all the money he could and lost it all. But here's the kicker. You got Rick. Rick Schnau, I'm looking at you. You know who Rick is? Rick's the minority owner of the Atlanta Hawks. And that right there, guys, boom, triggers me like it should. And why? Because Atlanta Hawks are owned by Tony Resler. Now, if you don't know Tony Resler originally at Drexel Burnham Lambert, with Mike Milken, with Leon Black, with them all, guys. Mark Rowan, I can name them all the guys from Apollo, all the guys from Drexel Burnham. But he also is partnered up with Mark Adesau, right? I forget, I don't know if that's his last name, how to really say it. But him and Mark own the Milwaukee Brewers. And this is where private equity comes into play, because private equity is putting all this money on the line for sports teams. Because every sports franchise, whether it be the NHL, NBA, MLB, and NFL, all of them actually beat out the S&P 500 on returns. So everybody wants to have their money on these books, but there's rules out there. You can only own 20% of a team, minority-wise. If it's majority-wise, you got to put in your own cash. You can't put in private equity money. There's a lot of things that people have to do. They have to follow these rules, and there are rules out there for ownership. So Gabe Plotkin and this guy, Rick Schnau, are going to come over, and they're going to own this team. But they're still private equity driven. Tony Resler's still there, Atlanta Hawks, still there, Milwaukee Brewers, still there, Drexel Burnham Lambert. Those dots are still connecting all the way through to where you're at today. Oh, and they got their wives involved. If you didn't know who Tony Resler is, go look at his wife, Jamie Gertz. She's an actress, yes, but she's also on the board of directors for the Melanoma Research Alliance, whatever the hell it is, and that's Mike Milken, if you guys remember that, Leon Black. They've all have ownership in sports teams. They all have this footprint on America on how to make money any way they can. Now, Michael, let's go ahead and go back to you. Michael Jordan invested money with Gabe Plotkin and Melvin Capital. Melvin Capital lost all that money on GameStop. Did they close the short? Everybody wants to know. And I've told you this from time to time. You guys will probably listen with that good ear of yours. You can move the risk around, but you never eliminate it. We keep buying shares. Ryan Cohen keeps putting his money where his mouth is. I keep buying my own because I love the company. I love the fundamentals, the way it's run. But if you don't think they're in trouble, if you don't think this world's crumbling, go ask Michael Jordan when he just sold his number one asset, his most valuable asset, the thing that should be growing infinitely better than the whole market. And he just sold. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for these cookies to crumble. I've got 20 years of waiting. And I know this is connecting the dots, guys, and I don't want to go this route, but it is Father's Day, so I'm going to give you a little bit something extra. I want you guys to understand what the relationship of this market is compared to the dollars that you make in it. Like, if you really think about what the baby booming era did, it created all of this need for things where people were like, you know what, I want a house. So everybody goes out and buys a house. Everybody takes out a loan. This is all happening in the 70s. This all happened in the 80s. Where money was actually valuable. Now tenfold. You come back 40, 50 years later, guess what? Your dollar's worth nothing. So how are you going to keep pace with what the economy's doing? You need to go put it into this market, and guess what? You're going to lose. That's the whole point. All of you out there that think that you're smarter than the markets and think you're going to make a dollar, you're going to lose every dollar you put in. Then you find the little things. You find the little companies that you can where you can make it back. And I don't care if it's Costco. I don't care if it's GameStop. I don't care if you got lucky with Apple and Samsung. You got to find the next thing because there's only so many inventions that we can make that's actually going to bridge us from these gaps of wealth. You think about it. You think about 2008, 2009, 2010. They didn't close out what they owed. They just pushed it that way. And we'll push it down the road even further, hoping that they can find a vehicle, they can find something of worth that will bring back this economy, this great country back onto its feet. And the internet didn't do it. The iPhone didn't do it. The e-vehicle didn't do it. You tell me what will do it. What's going to get us back to balance, back to zero? I'm going to guess nothing at this point. I think we're all going to come crashing. Maybe I'm a doomsdayer right now on Father's Day. No, I'm just telling you the truth of what it is, guys. There's so much demand for dollars. And everyone always says, there's so much money out there, you can get it. Michael Jordan, there's so much cash out there, you can get it. That's the problem. There's too much money out there. They made too much. They printed too much. And now people are up in arms saying, well, Jordan got his $3 billion. He's going to feel great. That $3 billion is not nearly what it's worth. Not nearly what it's worth because $3 billion is not $3 billion. $3 billion is not what it was a year ago. $3 billion is not what it was 5 years ago. It's just a number, man. It's just a number and they inflate it for you. So how about this? All of you out there, all you naysayers that don't understand whatever I'm talking about right now. Maybe you haven't watched all 24 parts of Connecting the Dots. Private equity has a cash bag, the biggest in the world. And they got to pay off people. They got to pay somebody because they made a mistake. They get paid to manage risk. Everybody does. That's what they do. They're the experts at it. They hire Ivy League grad just to do it. They hire SEC guys who, the presidents of the SEC, all these board of directors of SEC, just so they don't get in violation of things. They're trying to buy their way into this. And all you have to do, all I have to do, I don't want to tell you how to do your stuff. All I have to do is buy one stock. Buy one stock. GameStop. Feel good about it. And watch the world crumble. Hey, Jordan, way to not pass on your team to the rest of your family, your kids, whoever. That cash you just made, I'm pretty sure you're going to burn it. And you're going to gamble it away because that's who you are, a degenerate. That's what it was when you gambled against GameStop. But in the words of Cosmic Lightning Warrior, infinite risk, baby. Infinite risk. And you still haven't gotten rid of it. Get at me, scrubs. It's Father's Day. By the way, I already lost 30 pounds. I'm down to 222. If you guys have not connected the dots from what was Michael Jordan selling off the team, he sold to private equity, and private equity owns numerous sports teams. Go look that up, too. There's stats on all this stuff, guys. I already did the homework, man. We've been talking about this for years. So when people start posting it everywhere on TikTok and on Reddit and whatever they're doing, they don't know. They don't even know the whole story. They don't know the truth. We do. GameStop crumbled that man. GameStop beat Jordan. Mister, he's never lost a finals. He just lost one. Peace.